At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Okie dokie, kids. What's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? We begin with the Parliament of St. Martin Central Committee meetings continue. It started off earlier this week, and it has to do with the budget for 2024. I am not going to waste your time on giving you the highlights of a meeting that makes absolutely no sense at all. For the life of me, I don't understand why outgoing ministers who are now part of the opposition, well, most of them, are sitting there across the aisle talking to members of the 2x4 that's supposed to be part of an incoming government, talking about plans that they will never materialize because they're outgoing.
I will not see you Monday.
Doesn't anybody understand what the missionary mean anymore? What caretaker minister means anymore? We just looking at these ministers because, yes, they prepared the budget for 2024. However, after an election, and they are not part of the new coalition, why are you questioning them when it's obsolete? It makes absolute no sense. Why are you asking Krisha Heiliger Martin, the outgoing minister, Leo Lambrix of TIAT, so what are you going to do with tourism? Because we're dying. We need better plans for tourism. What? You supposed to be coming in as the minister of TIAT. Why the hell are you questioning the outgoing minister? What the hell is going on here? This is how we waste the taxpayers. Might as well are you go your ass Palatino.
Basura. Go.
Chill out in Panama for a couple of weeks. Because this makes no sense. You discussing a budget which you will dissect when you have a minister of finance that comes in and then adapt it to the plans of the coalition of the 2x4. So why are you wasting the UP and National Alliance ministers who literally have one foot in and another foot out? Any minute now, they're supposed to be getting a decree from the governor stating, thank you for your service. Tomorrow's your last day. Peace. And you there playing payasoing about, what are you doing to fix our finances, minister? What? If I was a minister and they asked me anything, I would watch them straight in the face. And I would be going like, really, Chris? Chris, you so used to being part of opposition, bitching about everything. You don't know how to be a coalition MP? You don't know how to just, like, defend the government? Because Chris moving on like rah, 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 and all you's no good, and all you destroy the country, and all you sell us out, and whole national and up, and all you's the worst, and whole. Okay, they gone now. Your turn. Yes, Madam Chair. The UP and the National Alliance made a wrong choice. Okay. They're paying for it now. They're out. Chris, you're it. I swear. And these meetings long now. Listen. And they're serious. You want to see the serious faces? They're like like puppies, like all excited. My first budget meeting, boy. Yeah. It's so exciting. What are you doing? Why are you wasting time? Like, if you want to rush the budget so that we can have a budget for when the new Council of Ministers comes in, lessen these Central Committee meetings, go straight to a public meeting. When you go to the public meeting, you pass it or you deny it. Deny it, and then when the new ministers come, present your adjusted budget and then put it in. Or adopt this budget what they have, because the opposition, which is the National Alliance and the UP party in Parliament right now, have no reason to ask 200 questions. You know why? Because they were part of the making of the budget for continuation. Yeah, they kind of oversaid it last year because it was election time, because they're like, shit, how are we going to pay for this? But they put everything in the budget so that it could reflect a National Alliance and UP vision. But now, the 2x4 dick riding this budget. Get your own. I'm sure Melissa like, not me. I ain't dick riding. No, I ain't doing that. Oh my gosh. But you know what I mean? It's so ridiculous that we are wasting so much time on a budget that was not made by this 2x4 coalition, and knowing that there is an agreement for a Council of Ministers to reflect the 2x4, why in the living hell are we still discussing and asking questions and trying to get clarity? It's a show, people. That's why I'm not even bothering. That's why I'm just ranting about it, so you don't waste your time, because they can literally discuss something here now, and then when the new ministers come in, they do what they want because they say, it's a National Alliance and UP budget, so I don't know what to do. Yes, you know what to do. You either get your own or you dick ride the UP and the National Alliance budget. That's the only options they have. No other options. That's it. Nothing else. Get it together, guys. Get it together. In other news, the Department of Economic Affairs, or the Inspectorate of TIAT, has decided to change their name to ITA. Pete, please. IETA. Please put it in a sentence. Okay. Yesterday, I found out that the Inspectorate of TIAT changed their name to ITA. Make sense? No? Okay. Hey, what's going on? We going down to Ita? No? Okay. I'm dating a woman who works at Ita. What? Okay. Hey, can I eat her? I like that one more. What in the what is that? I want to know who was sitting where? Who come up with this and was like, you know what? Theater is a little bit too difficult. What we're gonna do is we're gonna call ourselves Ita. And everybody like, yes! Yes! Let's get a logo maker. A graphic designer. Let's get a graphic designer. Pete, on the job, let's go. Listen, even Pete wouldn't make that. He would get serious. And okay, let me try a different pronunciation. Aita? Aita. Yesterday, I noticed I had a curious case of Aita. Oh, I can't make this thing up, you know. A press release came to my email today announcing this change, and I was like, what? And then here's the reason. The reason is to continue with informing and letting persons know in the community what this department is all about. We didn't know what he was doing before. We definitely ain't going to notice now with your name change. Aita. Ita. Am I saying it correctly? Listen. Ita. Aita. Oh my God. Makes me think well, it would be nice if we would have like a spelling bee. and we will have Akeem Arinel as the moderator. Give me the gavel, Pete. Give me the gavel. It's gonna be, what you call it? Oh, it's gonna be like this. The word is
A few moments later.
Pessimistic. Oh, sorry, Sarah. Oh, specific. It's specific. It sounded different. Use it in a sentence. A sentence? Kevin, we don't look at you. But no. Kevin gonna be like, Kevin Mingret don't like to spell. Kevin Mingret don't like to spell at all. Late night in session. Oh, the word is dick. Put it in a sentence. Get your mind out of the gutter already. We're going to take a dick commercial break.
Hi guys, it's Jimmy Sachs. It's always an honor to be with St. Martin. My first two performances at Roxy Beach were epic. We recorded the hit single Smile. Second time we did Time. my third and final performance will be on March 23. St. Martin, I promise you, you don't want to miss this one. See you on March 23 at Roxy Beach. All the best, Jimmy Sachs.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it...
But, Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. Talem has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey, Tash, you have Telem new postpaid plans?
Flashback time! That time when I had one of the most famous segments. You see for yourself.
Flashback.
And of course, we are back right here on the Late Night Show, and hope you're enjoying the show so far. One of the things that I wanted to bring to our viewers is I remember, like it was yesterday, when I was assigned to go to the Executive Council press briefings. And back then, you know, we had the Island Council. We didn't have the system we have now since 2010. So it wasn't the minister's press briefing, it was the Executive Council press briefing. And during that time, I get to learn a lot because you had these government officials, the commissioners at the time, coming to the press briefings every Wednesday. And they used to have the opening statement and then, of course, question and answer session. And, questions were asked, important questions, and that's where we really get to, squeeze the politicians for questions, for answers. And then shortly after, I remember seeing a young man at the time. I don't know how young he was at the time. And he used to come there with his big camera, and he just used to come to tape the sessions. So fast forward to a little bit in the after the 2010, when we have the Executive Council press briefings on Wednesdays, we had a shortage of media members. And I remember the Department of Communications at the time, they was like, you know what, we should give this person who always walks with a camera a chance to also ask questions, since he's here faithfully every single week. And that's how I met Lyndon Brown. Yes, that's how I met Lyndon Brown. And many, many, many people ask me, why did I start the segment, Oh, Mr. Brown? And I keep on telling them, the reason why is because I wanted to showcase how important his questions are. Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to give you a segment called The Best of Lyndon Brown, Part 1, because we can't give you too much, because then we won't have any more content to give you. So we are going to go all the way back, when he started to ask questions, and the improvements of politicians, improvements of quality, and of course the improvements of the questions. Is that right to say? I don't know if that's good to say, because over the years you would think that if somebody goes over and over and over and does the same thing over and over and they continue, they will at least get better, right? Some good coffee. Anyway, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into the segment, and I'm going to show you the development of Oh, Mr. Brown. Take a look.
Good morning to the people of St. Martin and to the ministers that are present today. The people of St. Martin are very saddened. And with this note, I want to recognize the women. Women's celebration should be every day. Every day. I should mention again, every day. Women have a hard task. And regardless to my question will be to the Minister, Gordon Carty. But before, let me mention children are being hurt in St. Martin very much. I hope the Prime Minister would prepare a platform. When you see any indication of strange behavior of children, there will be some special person that can speak to them. They want to say something. With that note, let me go to the question to Minister Gordon Carty. Minister, you are familiar with the Treaty of Concordia. What are the policy for a French national to engage in employment on the Dutch side?
And that I don't really understand the question, but I think I more or less know what direction you want to go with it.
Minister of Justice, regarding to the shooting, a 16-year-old use a gun. I mean, he don't have employment to buy a gun. If the authority found out that there are, of course, there are something behind it, what stern warning you want to give to the public? Elderly men and women who fuel younger boys and girls to do evil.
Good morning once again. Thank you for your question. Would like not to go into the case, and I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say 16-year-old, unless you have a different question.
I'm familiar with the young guy. Most of the time, he will be on the street. And parents, again, this should be a message to parents that sometimes your children are on the street and you don't know. There are people on the street who are
Mr. Brown, can you please ask the minister a question, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
And the minister said he don't want to go in that area. Could I ask another question?
You may ask another question, yes, seeing
Right.
that the minister does not want to go into the case.
Right. So, another question to the Minister of Tourism. Minister of Tourism, the regatta has come and gone. How did the regatta benefit the local people and the local businesses?
What happened? Good morning.
Yes, London, we can hear you. Go ahead. No, you're still muted. Please unmute yourself.
It's okay now?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Right. Good morning to the people of St. Martin and to the ministers that are present here today. This question based on gender-based violence. It goes between the Prime Minister and the Minister of Justice. Over the past years, this topic was pending, and there's a time for everything. Now, to the Minister of Justice. Up to now, it is the right of an individual to choose their gender. Is it against the law?
Good morning. Mr. Brown, I think you're misinterpreting what gender-based means. Gender-based violence is focusing on the specific abuse towards women and girls. So that's the focus, because men as well experience abusive relationships, yes? But gender-based violence is focusing on women. So it has nothing to do with, I think you're alluding to preference.
No, but gender, Minister, can you, if you can you give us the definition? Because gender have different aspect of it. So now, are you specifying that this?
Yes, but the focus is on violence against women and girls. And so we are seeking to work towards eliminating actually violence against anyone, but in specific terms, we are focusing on eliminating women and girls from being abused in relationships, etc.
So basically, let me interject here. So we are emphasizing today and the abuse of women. Of course, our Minister, I mentioned there's a lot of women in silence.
Right.
So now, what is the platform? You're going to respond to me again. What is the platform you have so that women can come out of their closet and say, I am abused?
Good. So thank you for that question. So what we're doing with the campaign, and though we're highlighting it in the month of November, it does not end in November.
Question to the Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance, it seems like there's a pattern. Like after Hurricane Irma, there was a statement, if Williams signed this document, we will get the money right away. Now, who are responsible to lower the salary of the ministers? It seems like the same pattern is emerging. If you lower your salary, there will be a lot of gifts and grant.
I'm not too sure what the exact question was. It's a multiple question.
Let me be specific. Now, from the Dutch, if you lower your salary, there will be grant. We will give you grant, and you will have access to more monies for the economy of St. Martin. So it's a pattern. You do this, and we will do that. Question to the Minister of Roaming. This question can emerge also to the Justice Minister. Minister, we have realized that the crime rate dropped very much. Reason, the local guys in the community are getting opportunity to open their own business. When you look around from K-Bay, Cold Bay, Dutch Quarter, Soccer Garden, there are local guys who get their license for garbage collection. And this is a great thing. So who don't know, the last analysis was from the Justice Office was 2018. And now you have seen there are less violent activities in the district. Ministers, do you all plan to give the local guys more license so that they can operate their business? Because we have seen blessings have come to this community and families. So tell us what's your plan and in this aspect, ministers. Both of you can respond. Final question to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, as we focus in presently now in Front Street, some of the business owners are crying out right now. A statement have come to me that about 8 businesses have closed from January to February for reason, financial problem. They are not able to pay their overhead. And is this a concern for your office, Prime Minister? What words of hope can you give to these people? Question to Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance, last week, you emphasized that it will take about 3 years, and the emphasis that you will have to take some measure for stabilization of the economy of St. Martin. I know the Eastern Caribbean, they will have VAT and some other things to balance their economy. In the sense of St. Martin, in what area you plan to downside to increase?
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Good morning to my colleagues. Good morning to the press present, and good morning to St. Martin. Mr. Brown, I don't know how to translate your question, but let me say this.
Question to the Justice Minister. Mr. De Wever, do you aware of how much police officers that are not working? Oftentimes you will hear that the police force is short-staffed. If you don't heard about it, if you know, you can just relate the matter. And what's the plan to actually have a meeting with these officers? So far, I understand that it's over 20-something police officers who is not working. For what reason? Then to the Minister of Tourism. Oftentimes, people thought that ministers are invincible. Ministers and members of parliament, they hurt also. Minister Johnson, for the past time, you have been very much concerned. You know, when somebody have done all they can for their country, and then after a while, it's like they haven't done nothing. And a lot of people keep silent, and they will speak silently. But I realize you're verbal. In the sense, Theo Heiliger, he have been the highest vote getter. It is visible that he have been contributed very much to the development of St. Martin. And there's something more you want to say to this gentleman, Minister Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for your statement, and from that it will stem some indeed remarks from me.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
To the people of St. Martin and to the ministers that are here present today. Question to Minister Smith. Minister Smith, a couple of weeks from now, we'll be celebrating Emancipation Day. There have been a known string band by the name of Tanny and the Boys, which one of the members are sick in Santo Domingo as I speak. Is it in your plan that you will make special recommendation for our only string band and St. Martin during Emancipation Day? Question to Minister Lee. Minister Lee, recently you gave special recommendation to people coming to St. Martin to engage in employment in the construction field. You said also that you're going to give them permit to work for 1 year. Has that year already come to its time? Did the time run out? It is close to be running out. If I remember, Minister Lee, you said that it will be for 1 year. In your discourse, couple of months, and then after the 1 year, they will have to leave the island. Question to Minister Lee. Minister Lee, it is illegal to employ illegal workers. Okay? There have been a development a couple days ago that a member of the parliament mentioned that it is illegal to rent your apartment to illegal person. Minister Lee, can you elaborate on these two items? Illegal workers and renting your apartment to illegal person. Final question to Minister Smith. Minister Smith, languages matters. Most people in St. Martin speak in at least three different languages, which is English, Spanish, and Dutch. Well, maybe 4 too, and French. Minister, languages have financial benefit. Is there any thinking about make at least 4 languages available for the people of St. Martin? We have found there's a lot of
Mr. Brown, can you just ask your question
inconsistency. For instance, most of our document is in Dutch, and people who cannot speak Dutch will have to get a translation. So, if you have anything in plan, could you let the people of St. Martin know exactly what you have? Good morning to the people of St. Martin and to the ministers that are present here today. Question to the Minister of Finance. It has been said that the IMF may soon come into play in St. Martin economy. Minister, if you know of this, the people are fearful because around us, the region and the world, any country that the IMF stepped in, there usually be consequences, whether lower enough of income, up with tax. They use their plan in restructuring that country. The emphasis is on a restructure. If you know of this, Minister, can you make it plain if the IMF will step in? It is pending.
Thank you, Mr. Brown, and I'm sorry if you see me smiling a little bit. You know, I don't know where this comes from.
Well, the Minister of Johnson is not here today, but I believe you can represent. But basically, the question is about the harbor. Do you know if the harbor have financial problem? And presently now, they are busy making negotiation to have a company to manage the harbor. The bottom line is because they have financial problem. So I make it easy so that at least you may know something about it.
Well, I need to let you know, Mr. Brown, that the harbor falls under the Ministry of TIAT, and so as Minister of Education, I wouldn't want to broach that subject because I'm not into it.
Smith, Constitution Day is Monday. For educational purpose, for our children, can you explain again, refresh the minds of the people what is Constitution Day? And from 10-10-10, what have St. Martin achieved? And we are still celebrating, and it will be every year. Well, we are still celebrating. So explain to the people what is Constitution Day and the reason why we should celebrate. Prime Minister, I find it sometimes it is unfortunate that a lot of the time you are being blamed. Minister, can you be explicit? The CFT, the COHO are Dutch Financial Higher Supervision, I can say. Okay, but a lot of the time, Minister, the condition that the Dutch give to the ministers at Parliament, is not your fault, Minister. Can you change it? Because I find it's strange that everything is the Prime Minister. The Dutch, the COHO is the Dutch. The CFT is the Dutch Minister. Can you stop this condition? Explain to the people, because I feel people do not understand how it works.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Yes, that's a mouthful. I know. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. You're watching the late night show. Continue enjoying the show, yeah?
Mais non, les gars! Qu'est-ce que vous faites là? C'est pas possible! C'est quoi ces chaussures? Tu n'as pas de chaussures de sécurité. Toi, t'as une bière en plus, mais tu... Tu fais quoi avec ton téléphone, toi? Qu'est-ce que tu fais avec ton téléphone? Heureusement qu'il y en a un qui bosse. Mais qu'est-ce que vous faites, les gars? J'ai des clients qui sont là, putain, les gars. Il y a des clients qui sont là. Pourquoi vous rigolez? Tu comprends pas quand je te parle, en fait, non?
Nous, on parle anglais.
Quoi?
Non, nous, on parle anglais.
Moi, je parle pas anglais. Qu'est-ce que je vais faire maintenant?
Squad.
Raccroche ton téléphone. Mais raccroche ton téléphone, je te parle. Nettoyez-moi ça, je vais chercher mes clients. Vous n'avez pas intérêt d'être là.
Bonjour, monsieur Michelin.
Bonjour, bonjour, monsieur, madame Noël. Comment allez-vous?
Pas si mal.
Pas si mal? Ok, ben j'ai un super bien à vous proposer aujourd'hui. On est dans un coin paradisiaque. La vue est superbe. Et là, on a vraiment une grande surface. Donc quand je dis grande surface, on a plus de 300 mètres carrés à l'intérieur.
Oh là là, c'est trop...
Mais, c'est bien, c'est correct, c'est correct.
On a plus de 2 hectares. On a 2 piscines.
2 hectares.
Tu penses élever des poules, toi?
Non, mais monsieur...
Mais le jardin, comme on avait dit...
Là, vous pouvez avoir un terrain de basket. Je sais que vous aimez le basket. Vous pouvez avoir un terrain de basket dans la maison.
Si je pouvais juste avoir le terrain de basket, un petit 40 mètres carrés. Non.
Je sais que c'est beaucoup d'entretien.
Est-ce qu'on peut parler un peu plus de la piscine?
2 piscines.
Ah,
ouais,
deux piscines.
Qu'est-ce que tu as avec 2 piscines d'un seul baignoire, c'est bon?
Mais, et quand on invite, et quand on fait des réceptions...
Ce qu'on va faire, je peux vous laisser réfléchir 2 petites secondes. Je vais vous montrer la maison, on va rentrer à l'intérieur et vous allez voir comment c'est idéal. Idéal. Je ne sais pas quoi dire. Prenez le temps de réfléchir.
Ça va être simple. On va visiter la maison, on regarde tout ce qu'il y a à voir, les chambres, piscine, les hectares de jardin.
Because you feel you could jump on anything, man.
Why you be like that?
Well, let I be. You know I be already.
No, you're too stressed. You're too stressed. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. Okay, okay. But think of our love. Think of all that we can do in it.
You never think about if you have a small house, you do the same thing too?
Yeah, but it's not the same and you know it.
But it's the same thing, one bed. We need all that space.
And your mom?
Je sais pas quoi vous dire, hein, mais quand on va rentrer à l'intérieur, aucune question va se poser.
Ah, j'ai hâte de voir ça. J'ai hâte de voir ça.
Si j'avais les moyens, j'aurais acheté cette maison. Je ne l'aurais même pas proposé.
Mais ça fait partie de ta formation, tout ça.
Non, ne dites pas ça, monsieur, ne dites pas ça. En fait, ce qui se passe, le propriétaire a besoin de se séparer rapidement de sa maison. Aujourd'hui, vous pouvez la toucher à 2 millions d'euros.
Ah non.
Monsieur, dame, allons à l'intérieur. Je vous garantis que la décision, vous allez la prendre rapidement. Allons à l'intérieur. Laissez-moi juste une petite seconde. Je prends la clé, j'ouvre, je regarde si tout est clean. Je reviens vous chercher. Bougez pas.
Avec plaisir, nous sommes là.
I's a beast, and I's a savage. I tell you I's a beast, and get down like a savage. I tell you I's a beast, and I's a savage. I tell you I's a beast, and I's a savage.
Get down like a savage, get down like a beast, get down like a dog that was released from a leash. Get down like you're crazy, get down like you're mad, get down like you're wild. Watch them get down like they bad, bust the rhythm, make them wild up. Bust the gate, make them wild up. Bust the rhythm, make them wild up. Bust the gate, make them wild up.
Make way when we in the fret. For Juve, you could catch me wildin' where the dogs at. How we run the streets, fetting Democrat. The rhythm got a bounce to let somebody on their back. Watch when we touch down, we shelling it down. Bring the water come, throw the paint around. Watch when we touch down, we shelling it down. Bring the water come, throw the paint around.
Get down like a savage, get down like a beast, get down like a dog that was released from a leash. Get down like you're crazy, get down like you're mad, get down like you're wild. Watch them get down like they bad. Bust the rhythm, make them wild up. Bust the gate, make them wild up. Bust the rhythm, make them wild up. Bust the gate, make them wild up.
So they can put up any gate and they can put up any fence. They can put me out of jam, but I got more dogs on the bench. But this year carnival, you know my team, we gon' all out. If our bar don't have a black label, we gon' follow. Somebody pull a weave out, somebody take a shot. I can tell you from now, a lot of people going to drop. Somebody tell a task force, don't intervene. Somebody call an airline, I'll be late for my plane.
Yeah, but with this man, B-boy, man, taking long, eh? Place hot, my son. Oh, you lord.
Donne-lui un peu de temps, donne-lui un peu de temps. En plus, comme ça nous donne le temps de prendre du soleil.
Ouais, pour toi, pas pour moi.
Mais oui.
No, you's a problem when they tell you hold it down. With them rhythm bust, you don't care who come around. Stairs in the front, throwing balls with the violence. So please don't come around if you know you about that piece. We them boys, you can fish. Yeah, I practice what I preach. Jam on your girl, don't bring sand to the beach. We stays on a leash, cause you know the feds be watching. But they don't understand, cause the music just be bopping.
Oh là, oh là, oh là, oh là. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Écoutez-moi, il n'y a aucun souci. On est en plein travaux à l'intérieur.
Mais bravo. Bravo.
Attends d'écouter ce qu'il a à dire. Attends d'écouter ce qu'il a à dire.
En mode carnaval 2018.
Écoute-le.
Mais bravo.
Écoute-le.
Eh ben ouais.
Il y a une explication.
Donc, qu'est-ce qui se passe à l'intérieur, en fait?
J'ai un entrepôt.
C'est un genre de mardi gras, quelque chose?
Non. J'ai des salariés qui sont à l'intérieur, qui travaillent. Parce que la maison, regardez telle qu'elle est. Il faut attendre.
Non, moi, j'entends plus rien.
Il a dit travaux. Il a dit que c'était en travaux.
Monsieur Noël,
et tout.
monsieur,
je suis venu là, je puis mon temps.
Monsieur, écoutez-moi.
On a dit, il avait déjà prévu que c'était en travaux.
Écoutez-moi, deux secondes. Je vais vous donner la maison clé en main. Donc, il faut que je fasse les travaux, que tout soit nickel.
Ok, stop.
Bust the rhythm, make them wild up. Bust the gate, make them wild up. Bust the rhythm, make them wild up. Bust the gate, make them wild up.
You stay here and talk to this man. Right now, how my feelings be right now? I definitely want to go home.
English.
Okay? I'm talking to my wife right now. Take a pause. So, as I was saying, okay? Is either you follow me or you stay there, okay? Watch me go. You see me going?
Monsieur, Mister.
I'm coming, Doudou.
Attendez.
Écoutez, on vous recontacte. On revient vers vous.
Ce n'est pas ce que vous pensez.
Je sais.
Laissez-moi une chance, s'il vous plaît.
Je sais, monsieur.
La maison est vraiment faite pour vous.
On vous rappelle, d'accord? Ok. Merci. Au revoir, monsieur Michael. Bébé!
Somebody bust the rhythm. Somebody bust the game.
You don't know about them girl, I'm a boy.
Woo! Yo, Panther.
Woo! Yo!
Hey! Let me tell you about this girl, dog.
Tell me now.
See if you can help me.
Don't know me. How we do it. You got the story. PPI.
She giving me headaches.
Why you about them girl, them boy?
Yo, she bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Why she bad? She wicked. She bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. My girl just kicked me out the house.
That girl will scratch up on your car.
Boy, I was just about to.
Hey, nervous, you just can do a dance.
What? I was going to call the police. Nobody arresting me.
You got to find a solution. Pray to God that he help you.
That girl.
Oh, na na.
Set my heart on fire. That girl. Hey.
We'll set your house on fire.
That girl.
Oh, na na.
Love me, but she's a liar. That girl.
We'll make you want to retire.
Yo, she bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Why she bad? She wicked. She bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Papa had me rolling like thunder.
Yes, I know she gets you good. Hey, boy.
See the girl well good for the looks.
Yeah, but she ain't just ain't no good.
I did fall for the pretty face.
You must hook for just a taste.
Should I stay?
You should leave.
I don't want to make a mistake. That girl.
Oh, na na.
Set my heart on fire. That girl. Hey.
We'll set your house on fire.
That girl.
Oh, na na.
Love me, but she's a liar. That girl.
We'll make you want to retire.
Yo, she bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Why she bad? She wicked. She bad. She wicked. She bad. She wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Set up yourself for the walk, my girl. Set up yourself for the walk.
Yeah.
Set up yourself for the walk, my girl. Come set up yourself for the walk. Set up yourself for the walk, my girl. Come set up yourself for the walk. Set up yourself for the walk, my girl. Come set up yourself for the walk. Rock it down.
Girl, oh, na na.
Set my heart on fire, that girl. Hey,
We'll set your house on fire.
that girl.
Oh, na na.
Love me, but she's a liar, that girl.
We'll make you want to retire.
Yo, she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Why she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Yo, raindrops, drop top. Look at the way how she clap back. Raindrops, drop top. Look at the way how she clap back. Raindrops, drop top. Look at the way how she clap back. Raindrops, drop top. And look at the way how she clap back.
Bad girl. We'll set your house on fire. Bad girl. Oh, na na. Bad girl. We'll make you want to retire.
Yo, she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked. But I love it the way how she do that. Why she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked, she bad, she wicked. But I love it the way how she do that.
That is what it is. Show. Thank you so much for watching. I'll eater you later and continue watching Late Night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.